So, good morning. Just about, anyway. A little bit late getting my car on a Thursday. Back home, although we're all after last week in Peterborough, the Expert Speaker Revolution. Good news is, we've now got a tenant lined up, hopefully, past the affordability checks anyway, for our property that we just refurbed. And the other property that we just started buying is moving along nicely. So, top tip though, I prefer to use a letting agent. It takes all the headache out of sourcing tenants and whatever. I got into that. Letting agent, that's his job. I use one letting agent for all my properties now. Really good, become a friend. My experience is they don't want a bad tenant because they don't want any hassle. So my letting agent is very choosy on tenants. So it sometimes takes them a little bit longer to tenant a property. But you know the quality of tenant will be good, and he's really strict on affordability checks, references and whatever, and I don't deal with that, so I leave that to him. If anyone asks me if you've got a property rent, I go, yeah, right, I won't step in, I won't have a word and say I'll rent it to them, because in the end that's his decision, not mine. Okay, it's my property, but he has to make that decision. He's the one managing it. So if you use a letting agent, leave them to it. If they're doing a good job, don't try and override their decision and say give it to someone else. You've employed them for a reason. You're paying them for a reason, for their expertise, their training, their time. Let them do their job. I think I pay 9% across the board on all my properties. Administration fee, letting fee, whatever. And I think it's worth every penny. I mean, my letting agent, I think I've said before, if I'm away, he will run a refurb for me. So we went away to Thailand last year, and Doug was running the refurb when I was away, so work progresses. If I can't find a trade for a specific job, he will, he can. Or vice versa, sometimes I think, have someone who can do this for me and I'll find him a trade. So it works both ways. Builds up a good relationship. That's the key with letting agents, build that relationship. So we do that. He'll come out and view a property with me if I'm looking at a property, so I'll come with you and have a look at it because he knows he's going to rent it. And he's, obviously, I'm experienced in looking at properties, but he might see things I haven't seen, I don't see. So that is where the bones of having an extra set of eyes viewing properties comes in. It's valuable. So, by the way, it's a lovely morning. It's really warm for November. But you're having that extra set of eyes, that extra experience is invaluable. So my advice is, find yourself a decent letting agent, build a relationship with them, and you will learn from them as well, because obviously they've been doing this hopefully for a while if you've got the right one. And you will gain knowledge from that. Plus, if they get the properties come from the market, who's going to be the first to hear about it? You. So your own property source as well, really. Because if you've got a good relationship, they want to carry on working with you. Oh, by the way, we've got this property coming up for sale. Are you interested? I bought 2 or 3 properties for my letting agent. About one we bought the year before. And we got it for a good price because there was a tenant in situ at the time. We bought it for 85,000. Didn't need a huge amount of work doing to it, but the tenant in situ was paying a little below market value, market rate for rent. But you know, the figures still worked. Anyway, as soon as we put the offer in, it's accepted. The tenant decided they were leaving, give the notice and went. So it was a bonus. So the seller still wanted to sell. Motivated landlord, didn't want to be a landlord anymore. So we bought it for 85. We just refinanced last year, that one. We had it 6 months and we refinanced for 125,000. So, and we'd only spent £5 grand on it. Maybe 6 at most. So we took all our money straight back out of it, yeah, by refinance. So what we did, we had a variable mortgage to start with, variable rate mortgage with no redemption fee. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just telling you what I did. So we took out a variable mortgage, this is the advice of my financial advisor, with no redemption fee, because we knew it would be worth more once we got it tenanted and done a little bit of work to it, and it wasn't much work. It was new carpets, redecoration, that sort of thing, so it wasn't massive work, it's more cosmetic. So he said, take out this variable rate mortgage, it might go up, however you're only in it for a short term, 6 months most, we'll get you out of it next year. Sorry, big lorry comes in. And hopefully it'll be worth more. So, and it was. That's what we did, remortgaged, dragged all our money straight back out of it and moved on to the next one. So that's the power of having a good letting agent. You find properties that you might not find otherwise. You know, this has actually come to market, Garth Market. I viewed it for someone else 12 months prior, and that person ummed and ahed about it and didn't want it, and I was buying something else at the time, so I didn't have the cash to do it, so I left it. Anyway, came back on, Doug called to me and he goes, that property's in Wordsworth, are you interested? And I thought you'd sold it. No, the sale fell through, so we jumped in, solved this problem, solved the landlord's problem, and that's what it's all about, solving problems. Yes, we got it for a decent price. The landlord still made a profit on what he bought it for. You know, and he's had that passive income. So it's about with estate agents, it's about moving stock along. You think about it that way. So savvy traders know they can make more profit, but if they want to sell it quickly, they'll drop the price a little bit. They'll still make a profit, not as much, but they've moved it along, release some capital. And that's what he wanted to do. So that's my advice today. Build your relationship with a letting agent. They become a property sourcer for you. They also help you finding trade when you're doing jobs or runs. If you've got the right relationship, they will run refurbs for you. And they take care of all the crappy stuff like tenant referencing, affordability and stuff like that. Stuff that, you know, your time could be better spent elsewhere. So that's my advice. Get yourself good letting agents. Don't try and manage it yourself. If you do your research properly, but I would say a letting agent's the way forward. Anyway, that's all from me. Have a great day. Keep moving forward.